Ethan, never boring. And actually, he acknowledged Representative Gren in the audience. Since we're a tourism-focused group here, I also want to recognize Representative Gren, who has certainly been an advocate for tourism, particularly over this past year. So let's thank him for being here today and for what you do. And our sweep-up speaker, also not boring. Sailing, jet skiing, snow machining, glacier excursions, kayaking, single day, multi-day, summer or winter. Our next speaker has you covered. Amanda Clayton is definitely living her passion and creating adventures of a lifetime for her guests, and she did a definite pivot to go from a career in banking as a commercial loan officer to family-owned wilderness experience business. As she says, she doesn't mind getting her hands dirty, but also loves the chance to dress up. To get a sense of her adventurous spirit and the fun that she brings to her career, you only have to pay attention as I share her title in this introduction. So here to present another title that I love, Quality and Quantity, Trading in High Heels for XTRATUFs, is the Wizard of AWG, Amanda Clayton.
So I guess I'm here today to tell you why I traded in my high heels for XTRATUFs. Why did I trade in a successful banking career to be a small business owner? Several people have already shared their stories on how challenging being a business owner is. But for me, it came to a point in my life where I really had to ask my question, what kind of quality life do I want? My kids were getting older. I have 2 teenagers now. And the realization came that, oh my gosh, I only have a couple more years and they're going to be gone. Do I want to continue to spend 40, 50, 60 hours a week in the office and missing out on that time with my kids? Now, granted, we were weekend warriors. We would go out camping every weekend, hiking when we could. We helped build a cabin together with the help of my dad, which was really exciting. I loved trading in my suit that I wore, and I had to dust this off a little bit for today, and putting on my Carhartts and going out there and learning how to use a chainsaw to cut down the trees, to build my cabin with my kids. It was an experience that you just can't get anywhere else. Anybody that knows me, I'm a bit of a squirrel. I get off on tangents. So let me come back to the point that I'm trying to make is, can you have quality time? Can you have quality in money? Can you have quality in your living, housing situation? And be a business owner? Same in business. We want to run a quality tour. And we will say, we will give up that extra person so that we can have a quality tour over a quantity of the people that we're running through. Because we want to share Alaska, give people an experience that is unique. We're an adventure tour company. And I have to remember the slides. An adventure to everybody is slightly different. So my story really began when I was lending to amazing business owners throughout the state of Alaska and later into some other states in western Alaska. And I got to see how they were living their passion. And I said to myself, if money wasn't an issue, what would I do with life? And at first I thought I wanted to be a bread maker because the smell of fresh baked bread is amazing. I don't know if you guys have ever driven down Spenard and you can smell Franz making that fresh bread. My son goes to West, so I do that quite often. But I can't eat wheat, so that didn't make sense. And so I fortunately, several years ago, got to meet my partner, Derek, who was also very passionate about being outdoors, and he had Alaska Wild Guides. And so I found myself going out on adventures with him to parts of Alaska I'd never seen. I'd never ridden a snow machine before. I'd never been on a sailing sea kayak before. And I saw that, wow, there's so much more out there to experience than what's just on the road system or what you can access from your house in 15 minutes. I was born and raised in Anchorage, love Anchorage. I've seen a lot of what Anchorage has to offer, but that's just a little dot on the map. There's so much more to see. And so about 4 years ago, I started helping Derek out by being a tail guide. When tours got too big and I had a day off, the weekend or a bank holiday, and I had the day off, I'd go out and go on the tours with him. And I was like, wow, meeting all these new people is so much fun. And they're so excited to learn about us. And I got to share my home with them, and so many people are so amazed. Oh, you were born here? I'm like, yeah, I was. Oh, we don't meet very many of those in tourism. There's quite a few of us out there. And so my title, Wizard of Og, because we didn't know what to call me. So about a year ago is when I decided to put my almost 20-year banking career behind me and start full-time with Alaska Wild Guides. And as many business owners, we do a lot. I was the accountant. I did all the bookkeeping. I helped out with guiding when need be. I was out there doing the sales call, visit Anchorage, and all the other opportunities out there to share with people what we do. I made reservations. I also made the sandwiches for the day tours. So it didn't make sense for me to be the president or the CEO because that just doesn't say what I do. So we came up with a really fun title, Wizard of Og, because we try to be fun. And this is a picture of me just last year for the very first time going out and breaking trail. This was from Lake Louise Lodge. We were trying to get up to the McLaren for a tour that was supposed to happen in a couple of days, and there was no trail out there. So it was the very first time out there breaking trail in 4 foot of powder on a machine that I can hardly ride. Let me tell you, that was 35 below. And my sandwich was frozen after 4 hours of being out there. But I had a smile on my face because where else can you get an experience like that? It's definitely not the office I had known. So this then became my office. Many people probably recognize this as Prince William Sound, and those are our sailing kayaks, Hobie Cats, that are pretty unique out there. And I now get to visit places I only dreamt of visiting. And when I go out there and I'm working, this is now my office. And it's been a bit of a sacrifice, I won't lie to you. You work 24/7. You're taking calls at all hours of the day because a lot of our visitors are from other countries. So you have to be prepared to put it all in. It's all or nothing. And I wouldn't trade it now for anything. But I have to remind myself to occasionally stop and breathe. Because you do kind of get all consumed with your business. And growing it is important. I traded in a very nice salary for just enough to get by, because we're putting everything back into our business to grow it to that next stage. And so, there's sacrifices that you have to be willing to make. And you have to recognize those fears that you have, and you have to ask yourself, are you willing to make the leap of faith to do what your passion is? Be it cooking in a lodge, be it writing a blog for families. I mean, we all had to take a leap of faith here, and what better place to do it than Alaska? We are fortunate to be here and to be able to share it with everybody. I mean, we're some of the few that actually get to experience what Alaska has to offer and to share it with people. It's just the most rewarding thing I could possibly think to do with my life. Just more pictures. I had to come up with titles. I'm not very creative, as you can tell. But you know, identify what your passion is. Understand what your fears are. Be ready to accept those fears and move on. Take that leap, and you can do it too. I did, and if I can do it, believe me, you can do it. I'm just going to throw up one last slide here, just my contact information. I love working with small business owners. I did for 20 years. Being a small business owner is a whole new challenge, and I would love to share with anybody my experiences and information.
Thank you again, Amanda. And let's thank all of our speakers again. Not only were they inspirational, not only can we all get lessons out of it. If there's folks in the room who are in tourism, I hope you feel as proud as I do about the folks that are in our industry. If there's folks who are not in tourism, I hope that if you're looking for, a reason to maybe do something different, that tourism intrigues you, because we love our industry. We're passionate about our industry. We're proud about our industry. And I really appreciate everybody being in the room today. I appreciate the speakers for being so prepared. You all did a wonderful job for us. So one more round of applause, and we are right on time.